The music for this stream is still so ungodly loud over these fucking headphones. It is unreal. I can't even fucking turn it down properly. It's very annoying. Well, what? Call me. Fucking weird notifications popping up. How's it going? I would have a cup of tea, but I ran out of tea. Makes me very sad. Oh well. How's that look? Yeah, it looks half decent. Fuck it. Let's go. Still this one. Still only in Act 1 apparently, which seems very little for how much we've played. I think the bit I'm coming up to is like the end of Act 1, when it starts Act 2. Actually, I thought I'd just finished Act 1, because I thought Act 1 ended with the whole thing with Sean. Apparently I'm wrong. I was trying to press the fucking right trigger to enter fucking detective mode as if I was playing fucking Detroit Become Human, because I was playing that last couple days. Because it's also very fun. We need to do more playthroughs of that at some point. It's a very enjoyable game. What's that? But yeah, that's easy one. Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea, Lady Ashbury. New dialogue available. Alright, whatever. For God's sake. There, that's what I'm attempting to do. Oh, that is someone who's a much higher level than I should be going near. Just pressing all the keys, trying to find which one works. Ah, fuck. Don't mind me, just shiftily teleporting by. Nothing to be worried about. Oh fuck, it's getting worse.
Watch out!
Oh god. Oh, where do I go? This is... Oh fuck, this is very not ideal.
I cannot enter. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here.
Hey. Just looting money from the dead person's house. As you do. Give me all your shit, buddy. You're not gonna need it anymore. You have shuffled off this mortal coil, so give me your dosh. Oh, that's a boss fight. Yeah, not going down there yet. If the regular enemies are fucking level 22, I'm not going down into a pit to fight them. I get fucking one shot by them. What is the best way for me to go? There, probably. Well, there, hopefully.
It's a leech! Kill it!
No, it's not. I was going to say, can I really not teleport over there? But no, I can. Good. Good. Oh, hello. More people to rob. Cover there. Ooh, he's trying to get a job, is he? Good for him. I need to level up by killing lots of people. Or by doing some other little missions. What other little missions have I got? Let's go do this one. It seems like it could be a relatively easy one since it goes back to the first area of the gate.
Been a while
Meh?
since I've seen any new faces, Randy.
Fuck you doing?
I must look a fool. Heartens me to know you can't see me, my sweet queen. Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say first. You again. What do you want?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate.
Not
There
necessarily.
has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
It's not whether or not it makes a difference to the place, it's whether or not it makes a difference to you, you
I
dick.
know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know?
Wet boys.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
You shouldn't go around saying that, man. That sounds wrong. Vampire Doctor foiled by a set of fucking stairs. Oh, I'm really hungry right now. Really want a pizza. Not gonna lie. Admittedly, I'm always in the mood for pizza, so doesn't really surprise me. Fuck was that? Oh wait, yeah, it's because this fucking controller. Being stupid.
Better
go home, sir. This is no place for you. Burn it, boys! Watch yourselves! Let's see how it likes
Oi,
to fire!
how dare you?
He's done for! Oh Christ!
Allow me to eat you. Ah, fuck it, whatever. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Wherever. Oh, yeah, right. Dogs were barking at something. I had to go see what it was. Answer is no fucking idea. Why can't it get up here? What is the point in me coming up here? Not even anything to pick up or anything. Oh, wait, there is. Never mind. Fuck was that? Is this a safe house or is this just...
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Right, so it's further around out the alleyway and down. Keep doing that, it's the wrong fucking key.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a tie. Watch it!
I like it when they break things when they fall over. Much more fun. Yeah, I'm looking for the site of the bombing. Where that is, I could not tell you. Yeah, safe house. Yeah, isn't this where you... Yeah, this is where you come in when you first play through this area.
This place looks like the picture I saw of the bomb site.
Do not cough in public. Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Who knew this game was so topical to today? Have I found it? Or?
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
In memory of those who were killed in the bomb attack at the Dawson and Dawson accommodation? I wish I could read that properly. Hi, Emma. I need to turn down everything on my computer. Like, ow, that was so loud. Nah, why my fucking headphones are super loud. Stupid. Thank you, I do my best. Is the game sound appropriate? Like, not too quiet? Yay.
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
There we go. Remember those who were killed in the bomb attack at the Dawson and Dawson ammunitions factory near this spot on 26th of June 1908. London will not forget them and all those who suffered that day. Fair enough. I think they probably will. Hey. Don't think I've been all the way back here yet on this playthrough. This is the area that you come through at the very beginning of the game after you eat your sister. Oh shit. Shoo shoo.
Want some of this?
Munch on this guy. I love the image of vampire with gun. It's just something to me that is so stupid. I need to give Theron a gun. In his cane, maybe.
It's locked.
Aw. Munch. The sturdiest candle in London. Ooh, money. Wait, can I? Eee. I thought those were breakable. That makes me happy. Everyone likes it when breakables break. If you design a game and you can't break barrels and random props in the environment, you've made a bad game. I don't care how good the rest of it is. If that doesn't work, you've made a bad game.
Fuck, it's fast!
I'm gonna get him eventually. Fuck it still counts. Died from that little tap. I love it.
I cannot enter.
Aww. Door is locked. Why? What possible purpose could that serve?
It's locked.
Fuck you. With your locked doors. What, do you think you're better than me just because your door has a lock on it? It's the weirdest argument I've ever had with nobody in particular. It's over here. I think over here is where you actually come from at the beginning of the game. Yeah, because over here is where you eat Mary. Or... no, you run down into there after you eat Mary. So it's over this way. Yeah. I think. I think so, at least. Now I'm beginning to doubt myself, and I'm not very sure. There's got to be something back here that's interesting, surely.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
Maybe like a consumable or...
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
They fucking robbed him while he was asleep. Love it. Or, well, I don't know if he was asleep. I think he was dead. He was pretty dead, all things considered. Given he is now undead. A prerequisite for that is to be dead. I get a phone going off. Anything interesting? Lying about on the ground, maybe? In small boxes, perhaps? You'd think that you'd find skulls over here or something, maybe. Given it's just a pit of dead. Which is like perfect for skulls to start munching on, you know? But no, apparently not. None to be found here. Anyway. Back to the cool part of the game. And there's also how the... I mean, yeah, I'll fucking report the death of the grave robbers. What the fuck do I care? If you gets me for some fucking XP, I'll be quite happy. I would kill for a good cup of tea right now. Not gonna lie. Not just to complete the look, but because I actually really want a cup of tea, you know.
It ain't human! Kill it!
Here, a colossal cup. I can't, unfortunately. Don't have any tea. Ran out.
You fight for God, for honor, for country, for family, for yourselves.
Yes, I am Fireball. I am very much going to interrupt it. Thank you very much for your continued sub, man. It still means just as much to me as it did 19 months ago. Like, what the fuck? Why are you still here? No, I ran out of tea. And, someone didn't buy more when they went to the shop. I am sad and tealess. You might ask why I'm not sprinting, and it's because of my controller's dicky issues. Basically means that if I try and sprint, there's a good chance that it'll just start and stop and it'll be really annoying. Like that. So doing this gives me guaranteed speed. What the fuck? Yeah, back when I only streamed for honor. Nowadays I value my mental health a little bit more. What? You did that the first time I came through here. Like, is that a particularly threatening rat, is it? Well, yeah.
To every night, a darkness, and every dawn, another death.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about you. Have I spoken to you yet? No. I suppose I should talk to him then.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
Alright,
I
Gandalf,
was
fuck
just
off.
being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions, or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Why do you not like doctors? Oh no, this man's trying to make me healthy. How dare he?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A
Well,
shithole
I mean,
filled with maggots.
given today's climate.
Liars and thieves, all of them.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
I think that's someone in particular. I think it counts.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
You seem upset.
I can't share the sentiment,
Is something
unfortunately.
bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
I feel like I've already
Goodbye,
found
Mr.
that.
Fishburne.
Running completely amok.
For Lana.
Crawley's girl.
Who? Oh, right. That's fun.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened. Just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day.
Aha, I knew you caused it.
Bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
I fucking knew it.
Is it true Sean Hampton saved your life?
Yep. The sad saint grabbed my soggy ass and brought me back to the pier after I fell into the canal. I was a wreck back then.
Back then.
And yet you're still drowning in cheap liquor.
Sean Hampton really acted like a saint that day. But I suppose I'm just another lost soul who doesn't deserve to be saved.
Seems like it.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part?
I've already asked this question. He talks about the...
Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
That bomb also killed you that day, don't you see? You just die a slower death, drink by drink.
I know. Maybe I deserve judgment. Until that day, I'll just be Dyson the drunk, not Dyson the murderer.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No, I don't. I don't want to.
Too fucking bad, boyo.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Thanks, Emma. Alright, straight back, where are you? Oh yeah, you're up here, aren't you? No, you're not, you're this way. Now I can tell this fucker that her grave robbers died.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Aww. Fireball, that means absolutely nothing to me. I have no idea what you just said. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what you just said.
Not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
Why would I tell them nothing?
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot boys thank you for your help.
I don't give a shit.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Alright, take your kit off then. Oh, shush you, Emma. Fuck's sake. King Caboodle is a fun phrase. Everyone should use it.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen you.
Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say.
Ever see Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind? Real movie I'm can't say that I have.
Dog's fault, they say. Then the gang, the epidemic.
Who's this boy?
Hello, boy.
Oh, it's actually a boy. I thought it was an old man.
Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
I really thought he was an old man.
It's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Okay, a Ghibli movie. I don't think I've ever actually watched a
Are
Ghibli
you
movie.
alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home. You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets.
Why are you lying to me, boy?
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
remember correctly, there's like an eavesdrop thing. Because I think that one goes to the door and you have to hide and see what they're about to say to each other. Yeah, I think you look through here, maybe. I'm trying to remember it specifically, but there is a moment where you eavesdrop in this area on... How far are you in this playthrough? I'm still in Act 1, apparently. The main quest I'm doing is called Red Rivers, currently. I'm just trying to get some XP and stuff so I can level up before I progress it, because the area where the main quest progresses is like... It has enemies that are like level 22 and shit, and I'm level 15. That's way too high for me to go and fight right now. Oh fuck. Okay, I can kill you. I can kill you quite easily. Mate, why are you so chill with that just being there? Kick its ass. Why are you just... Okay, these guys are like hunters and shit. Why are they not just like attacking that fucking thing? Oh, there we go. As soon as it moves and comes for me, then they're like, oh, I suppose we should probably kill that. Fucking annihilated him. Wow, it nearly annihilated me as well. Jesus fucking Christ. Five XP for that, really? Really, that just 5? Jesus. Where'd the other one go? I have like no other missions I can do, really. Like, I've completed most of them. That's the thing, like, the best way to level up in this game is to eat people. Which is what makes it so difficult to do a not, like, a no civilian kill run and stuff. Because you just don't get that much XP. If I remember correctly, he dropped it in a canal or something. Yeah, it is the kind of moral dilemma thing. It would be easy to kill people and like level up really quickly that way, but will you struggle to do the right thing and all that gubbins? Yeah, Frostblock didn't handle that kind of moral quandary a lot better. I still find it funny, by the way, that on my first playthrough of Frostpunk, I got like the hardest ending to get for it.
From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
What? I'm confused. What's wrong with the necklace? I don't know if he stole it or not. That's why I'm confused. Bloody neck. It must have like stolen it or something. Yeah. Because it says from Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. That's Seymour. That's Stella. So I don't understand what's wrong with the necklace. Like it says it's with bloodstains and a small handwritten tag, so he might have killed someone for it or something, or I don't know.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes.
I have many weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour.
Must have killed them
You
then.
have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in it.
So he's a psychopath.
You being educated and all.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace.
Yeah,
Kills the
so he's a lunatic.
For a time.
The main character's voice actor, he's in a lot of World of Warcraft stuff, but he voices the main character in Call of Cthulhu as well.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
This
It's
rage,
Anthony Howell or something like that.
have you ever
Anthony
tried to control it?
something.
Resist it.
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them?
I like the voice actor for this. It was
Why
really
should
good.
they be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times. That's all.
Okay, so he is just a lunatic.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
Why is your
Bigger
mother
him, innit?
protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
Death is an appropriate punishment for your crimes, Seymour Fishburne. Cherish every day that you...
Yes, please Gaspard in Dragon Age
Might be my
Inquisition.
mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
I'll fucking do it.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Ooh. He's gonna do the eavesdrop thing. That's why he's glowing.
Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us? But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
Aww. I'm gonna eat that rat. Oh shit, I've got another one as well. Just standing outside the window, peering in.
Gone. Good. I was tired of the maggot always hanging around our house anyway.
My God, Seymour. Have you hurt the boy?
Of course not. Why do you care so much about that cockroach? Do I need to talk to rats to get some attention too?
Don't be so childish. You know I love you, Seymour.
But you worry more about that stupid maggot.
Don't speak about him that way. Rufus has always been the kindest boy.
Yeah? Unlike your real son, right?
Oof. I'm just gonna go up to him. He's like, "Boy, your only friend is a rat. You need some help."
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Hypocrites, all of them. Maggots and liars.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Seymour, he just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous, even in this shady part of town? That's impressive.
Yes, sir. How someone like that can be related to me.
I don't think I've ever heard of it, however.
It beggars
Is it a horror game?
The patience of a mother for her child knows no limits.
That's a fucking lie, I'm gonna be honest.
You're right. And I certainly didn't mean any disrespect to the woman who takes such good care of me.
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats. Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident. Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir.
Nope. No, I didn't mean to skip that.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists.
Sounds about
They
right.
both feel they should run the docks.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What can you tell me about this region?
It sounds pretty fun. I might check it out.
But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Wait.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about...
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Mostly puzzle shit. I like puzzles. Can't complain about a nice puzzle game.
This is my city, for better or worse.
Why do people avoid you?
Probably because he talks to a rat.
It's the curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
So long, Rufus.
Some call this the bad part of town. I've lived in worse.
Right, old woman, talk to me.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
Let me in, bitch.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
I can fucking help with that if you want.
It's locked, all right.
No, we're trying not to eat people. Probably shouldn't eat her either. Ugh. I'll rob her, of course, but I won't eat her. Right, you.
So you have questions
It's
about
all
the flu?
powdered like G Fuel.
Yes.
Just
Among
bites into it, it's just dust.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
That's a good question. Why did he confess?
I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his demons.
You fight for God, for honor,
Hey.
for country, for family, for yourselves I do not care, so long as you fight!
Real top hat hours indeed.
Tell me about
How's it
these
going,
demons
Solid? Welcome in,
Seymour
man.
needs your
Thank you
help
for your
to fight.
continued
Seymour
sub
used to
for
be such a happy
15
child,
months now.
and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured,
No.
Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Yes, it's called a bullet.
I'm afraid these demons, as he calls them, are just a delusional justification to distance himself from his actions.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster,
Yeah,
and nothing will bring him back.
this is true. So get shot of him. No, I'll leave them. I just love the way that I love the animation of that, where he fucking grabs their face.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's just really funny. It's like the fleshy smack when he grabs them as well. It's so funny, I love it. It's so good. I should go do this somewhere. Admittedly, the voice actor who voices this guy and like his voice for the main character in Call of Cthulhu are very similar. So I think he has one of those voices that's very distinct in its acting. So like no matter what he does, I think he pretty much always gets the same performance out of him. Which, I mean, good voice, so. I mean, Gaspard has a French accent, so if you just give him like a regular speaking voice, it's the same shit. If you turn him French, of course he's gonna sound fucking different. If I put on a French fucking accent, I'd sound differently than I normally do. I'm not doing it before you ask. I'm not doing it. Oh, fuck. I already speak in German too much. I don't need to start talking in French as well. Imagine around 200. Shut up, you. I've made my choice. I loved just how second nature that was. Like how uncaring to the fact he just shot somebody in the face. Oh, I love it. It just looks so funny whenever you shoot someone. It's great. There we go. I'm starting to get it. He's alone. I get to bully him. Plus, it gives him my health back, you know? If he didn't want to get eaten, he shouldn't have gone out looking like he did. I know, I regret saying that as well. It's not very progressive of you. Hey, I'm getting into character. I'd say he went out with all that neck exposed, but I mean, admittedly, the guy did actually have a balaclava around his neck, so it's not even true. There we go. Once again, just bullying him. What did he think would happen walking about in dark alleyways alone? At this time of night. I'm gonna get my fucking channel shut down today. Okay, okay, I deserve that. Ow. Hey, it's fine if you're saying it about men. And not in an actual, you know, real situation. Ow, fucker. Oh, hello.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's will. Go on back to the shadows.
This is true. This is true. I do yell at you for summoning the Twitch Goblin.
Filthy murdering bastard! Stay back, beast!
You are a fool, Jacinto. I fucking love that video. So stupid. It's in Spanish, that video, isn't it? You do not want to continue that in chat. That would, like, I would probably have no other choice but to ban you for that. Yeah, Mexican Spanish, I think it was. Have you guys seen that image of some stupid pleb trying to say that, like, what was it? I think she was...
No admittance.
Where? Who's talking to me?
Stop right now.
Where are you? Oh, you're over there. Didn't want to fucking come over there anyway. Is the stream acting up? It looks a bit weird. What was it? There was a video or an image or something that I saw of... Yeah, I think the stream just kind of went a bit fucky, Fireball. Because it did for me as well. But there's an image that I saw. It was like a tweet that some fuckwit put out, saying something along the lines of like, "I hate it when people say that they're Spanish. Spanish isn't a language. Spanish is a language. It's not a place. You're Mexican." And it's like, yeah, what you call the fucking country of Spain then, you div? Like, the fact that some people are actually that stupid. The country's not French, it's not called Espread. How do I put up this fucking poster, by the way? Where do I put it? I'll take that though. Is it? Oh, it's below. I'm fucking stupid. It's below me. Infernal Fireball. See a vampire? Seek for help. No, if I see a vampire, I fucking run. Unless she's hot. You know, we all have our issues. I'm talking reality, Solid.
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of vampires. What does that make me? A double or a triple agent?
Bear seek list. I also love Jonathan. His little stupid comments are so good. You know, in between nonchalantly eating people and shooting peasants. I didn't know I was playing The Order 1886. Is it 1886? What's that fucking PlayStation game? Which I'm actually kind of sad didn't get a sequel because it was really, like, fun looking. Does that make me a double or triple agent, Imperial agent at the end of the story? By the end of the Imperial agent story, they're like a fucking dectuple agent.
Right now, sir. Best be moving on. Look at it, Bishop. Murdering bastard!
Yeah, I think that's the one. I was just trying to work out what year it was called. I thought it was 1886. I do wish that game had a sequel, because, like, it had an interesting premise. It had a little bit of a flawed execution, given that it was more movie than game, you know? But it was interesting. I liked the setting. If they'd lent more into the supernatural side of it, instead of literally making it like, like a Tory simulator, shoot the poor people, I think it would have had a better reception. Like, they had vampires and werewolves and stuff like that, but most of it was just going around shooting, like, hundreds of poor people in the streets of London. What? Capitalism simulator. How do you resist a bullet? Stop it. He's made of jelly. Kevlar jelly. Alright, Throgmorton, where are you? New unearthed arcana races for D&D or Funko? I don't know what that means, Firebow. Walk forward, you pillock! I don't think I've ever used that word. Who the fuck are you?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir.
It's an awesome word, but I've just never used it.
Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise.
Huh.
I don't
yeah.
see anything worth having.
Balaclava for work.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking.
Hey, Attila. How's it going, man? Oh, I see something. I just wanted to hear the meaty thwap again. Troubleshooting some XCOM 2 mods. Nice.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure
It's
there's
such a
people
good
around
sound.
that would
Just
gladly help.
splat.
There's always the night asylum. Heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
That might be the best course, Attila.
I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
High five, bro. Catch you later, man. Sleep well.
Show me what you have to offer then.
My boy. Ooh. I'll take that. And that. And that. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. And I'll keep these and that. Yeah, there must always be a Hungarian.
You seem quite the stranger to these parts.
Who the fuck are you, old woman? Where am I? Okay, so you're this wench. Just like there must always be a Lich King. Indeed.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor.
Too bad, you're gonna take some more.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic
Nice, Attila.
spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Manners. Please do come in, Doctor. You
Reminds me,
are a
it
doctor.
reminds me of this story I saw. There was a guy who lived like fully, completely off the grid, right? Like 100% disconnected from the rest of the world. But he was forced to like go into the nearby town to buy some supplies that he just couldn't like run out of, and like situation meant he had to go into like civilization. And when he got there, people were yelling at him for not wearing a mask, and he literally had no idea there was a fucking pandemic. Yeah, it was just some mountain man that came down from, like, wherever he was living, like, out of touch with everybody else. He fucking comes down and gets yelled at because he doesn't know there was a pandemic.
It's locked.
Imagine. Stop fighting me, Jonathan. You will rob this old woman because I say so. I'm not playing Deltarune anymore. You do what I tell you.
So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job
Dr.
at that fancy
Tippett? Who
hospital.
the fuck do you think I
told
am?
My name is Jonathan Reed. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Alright, so she's just... Look at that. Fucking mesmerized level 1.
Is anyone taking...
So she's just fucking loopy.
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but...
She doesn't look that
He
old.
needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible...
No, it's the same. It's a different old woman, Emma.
I would say in that case, surprise that it's you, Dr. Tippets.
What can you tell me about
This may come as a surprise, Emma,
Oh no.
but there are more than one old woman in the world.
That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Thwap. Oh, I love it. Exactly, there are people that become old, Emma. Every day, there become more old people in the world.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these.
God, Emma, you ageist. Not all old women look the same. I'm really tempting the Twitch Goblin today.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Yes, your face. You look like a fucking Wallace and Gromit character. The fuck happened to your texture? You were fine last time.
I put up your public service announcement. Consider the common folk warned about the vampiric presence.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You may not realize it, but
His mouth even is animated like one. It's just like flappy. It looks weird.
see the
What's
sad
going
state of
on?
the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Vampire, guest animated by Aardman.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Well, you fucking got that right.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
I'm getting away from you and your weird face.
Tell me.
I'm just gonna ask you one more question. I'm gonna get away from you. You unnerve me. You're the freakiest thing in the game so far.
Example. Dedicated, pious.
Why was he so sing-songy there? Fucking dedicated.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Jonathan always sounds so mocking when he talks to this guy. I love it. Suppose I should talk to these plebs and see if they've got another mission I can complete as well.
You again? What do you want?
Fuck off, you.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
Ah, those goddamn big companies. Give her the starfish. What? Okay. Smack. Don't mind me while I just slap your mother in the face. She just goes back to stand there like nothing happened.
What do you want?
It's my favourite part of the game. Oh, I don't actually care about you.
I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Local doctor assaults old woman, slaps her in the face and runs away. God, you're a fucking weird one, Jonathan.
Best stay back, sir.
Oh yeah? Well,
This one's done. The bloody cry.
what? How did that get me? I was to the side of it. Stop trying to tempt me, game. Don't tempt me. I'm not going. Bilbo Baggins, I am not trying to help you. I'm trying to eat you. Fuck's sake. Right. Oh god, imagine an alternate fucking Lord of the Rings universe where Gandalf's a vampire. That would be weird. Like, everything's the same, just Gandalf is for no reason a vampire. And fuck it, Gollum's a werewolf as well. Gandalf the Red, yeah. Oh, just fuck off, you. We'll have no Skyrim in my chat, thank you very much.
Want some of this?
Just keeled over. He just tripped on a rock, that's all that happened to him. Didn't even kill him. There is one fucking tavern song in Skyrim that is acceptable, and it's not that one. It's the one that the Skald sings in Markarth. It's Markarth, isn't it? The one that's like way at the right-hand side, left-hand side rather. The Dragonborn Comes. That is the only acceptable tavern song.
I'd head back if I were you, sir. Shit, that leech is fast.
And only when it's sung by him, because there's another one that does sing it. I think it's one of the female ones, but it doesn't sound as good. Like, he gives it a lot more gravitas. Silverbolt94, hello to you too. How's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. I don't always wear the top hat, I just figured I would today. I've been in here. Also, the fact I'm killing these enemies means I feel a little better about actually attempting this mission now. Oh, fuck. No, I don't. Fuck it. Actually, I don't know if continuing this mission would actually, like, gammy up the dialogues that I've got with Ashbury and Swansea. So I'm gonna go talk to them first and then come back. Not down here, you fuckwit. Yeah, you did follow. It's all good, man. I've done that to a few streamers as well. Ones that I've gone, oh, you're cool, I'll watch you again, and then just never turned up again. It's like the Twitch equivalent of, if you're ever in the area, we should really go for a drink sometime. You know?
It's locked, all right.
You're still in the Discord. You must have been annoyed by so many pings. Just arrived to Scotland. Have you actually? If so, that's cool.
It ain't human.
Oh yeah? Well, bang bang to you too. And I'm gonna eat you. Nice. Are you here for like a college course or a uni course or something, or why are you here? Sounded mildly, you know, questioning. Why are you here? You know. Whereabouts are you? Are you further up north, or are you more central like I am? You don't have to give me like an actual location or anything. Just like a general city or something. I don't know. Try to cope with the accent. If it's a difficult accent, then you're probably somewhere further north in my estimation. Oh, you're in Edinburgh. How are you struggling with Edinburgh accents? They're not that bad. I do say that as someone who lives here, so maybe I'm just adjusted. I'm like, some Scottish accents, fair, I'll grant you. Like, some are like nigh, like, fucking intelligible. Ah, fuck. Edinburgh's half decent though. Like, you're fucked if you ever end up in Inverness or something like that. The more north you go, the harder it is to understand people. I didn't mean to do that one. He just flopped. You're gonna love it. Scotland is a very welcoming place. Especially if you're good at drinking. Because most of us love that. I personally don't drink, but have at it. Well, I say that. If you look on the channel, you will find the one and only drunk stream I've ever done. I mean, that's a given. Scotland is definitely better than England. You'd protest, but you'd be lying. Yeah, Emma has also come to realize that England sucks.
No rest for the wicked. Stop, vampire!
The only thing I don't like about where I live is, well, two things. One, we never get snow, because I live right next to the water. Two, there's no fucking Subway nearby me. And I really like Subway. If I want to get one, I have to go into town. I do technically live in like a little, like very outskirty part of Edinburgh. I think my county technically counts as part of Edinburgh, but not quite. Oh fuck, that's so many people. I'm gonna go this way. That's me. Maybe not after 2 conversations, man. Stranger danger and all that. 2 of the 3 non-drinkers in Scotland. We shouldn't meet up in that case. If somebody takes us out, there's only one left.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news.
Just there's my fucking hair has been down the back of my fucking jacket the whole time. Ugh. Nowhere near as sweaty as it is when I go to Lincoln wearing this fucking thing. Jesus, after a weekend of that, of the fucking asylum wearing the top hat. Ugh.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess,
I do like history.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
I'm not allowed to, Swansea. Do apologise.
She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Well, why not bring her here?
Because she's a fucking cow, that's why.
Studying her condition, it would be fascinating.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
I think it is said in the lore of this that you find a document that vampires can shag and make a baby.
By your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interest.
Oh yes, of course, always. There's always been rumors of
never
that.
met a member.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon
Your question?
Club to
Have a
exterminate
go.
the skulls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste, and selective acquaintance.
Swansea is a simp. And today I have sealed the final nail in the coffin of my Twitch channel. Thank you all for your money. I will never be back. It's fine. I wasn't talking about a real person. Where's Wasser? Nowhere. Let's see. Ah, there she is. There's something about her outfit I just don't like. I think it's the riding boots with the jacket. It's just something about her doesn't look right. Right, I say riding boots. It looks like she's wearing big fucking red welly boots. Won't lie.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by skulls.
Really? What do you mean?
I discovered the most intriguing skull. An elderly
That's all good, man. If you have a question, ask it.
Bridget.
Oh.
And a man who
Fair enough.
helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget. Peculiar name. I've never heard of her.
According to old Bridget, skulls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
You eat dying people, Lady Ashbury. Get off your fucking high horse, you ginge.
Skulls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors. A disgrace to the vampire that created them.
Your face is a disgrace.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
It's the ducks. They're always watching. Jonathan's got that weird fear. Right, anyway.
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans.
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Coward. Go out and eat more people. Solid, did you screen cap me? Fuck's sake, man.
Goodbye for now, my lady.
I'll turn that into a sticker instead of an emoji, because if I turn it into an emoji, it'll end up being too small. Where am I going? Yeah, I'm going to the cemetery to find some priest man. If I'm correct, he's dead. Because the other dickhead priest sent him out to go preach, and I think he gets eaten. Okay, what is the point of this alleyway? Oh, well, there's a door here, I suppose. Oh wait, yeah, isn't this where there's like people that are spying on loony bitch who thinks she's a vampire, but she's not really. Fun fact, this game is the reason why I know about Cotard syndrome. It makes you believe you're dead. Which is what she's got. Because that's why she thinks she's a vampire. Jonathan, will you stop freaking out, you dick? AKA, controller, will you stop being stupid? Okay, I thought that said Blackwall Fabulous for a minute. How's it going?
Oh my god!
As an introvert, that's how I start most of my conversations. Munch. It's just rude, isn't it? Using the guy's own blood to attack him. What am I? Some kind of bloodbender? Did I want to come up here? Yes, I did. If I remember correctly, the thing's called Cotard syndrome. I can't quite remember if that's true or not. Oh wait, I've skipped a bit. I know what mission I'm doing. I wonder if it'll progress the actual mission or if I'm gonna have to leave and come back. Also, Solid, what have you got against two-handed in this game? Wait, was the dead guy up there? Like the dead priesty boy? Ow. Ow. Ow! How dare you? I'm not that ugly. Ow. Fucking might be now. Ow. Casually smashing gravestones with my face. As you do. He did a flip. Where is the dead one? You'd think it would be easy to find a corpse in a cemetery, but apparently not. Oh, is that him? No, that's not him. What are you reeing about out there? What was that? Oh, just a rat.
I have this thirst for blood.
Well, yeah, Jonathan. Thought you would have realised that by now, quite honestly. Alright, man. Catch you later, Solid. Oh, I'm gonna.
You can trust me. Why have you not spoken to me?
Night, man. What up, wench?
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do.
Well, we're not in your fucking country, are we?
Are you all right?
Yes.
We're in London, where nobody likes anybody.
A place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of
Remember, you leave or I fucking eat you.
You're right. I believe silence has a curative effect for the pain we feel. I suppose it provides space for reflection.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Yeah, I'm hungry and I'm here to eat people that are waiting for their loved ones to speak to them.
Dr. Reed.
Hint, hint, Xiao Shun, go home.
You should go home now.
No, not yet. I miss my dear Matthew so much, and I can't forgive myself.
Oh, I don't fucking care. Smack. I love that sound effect. There was no need for them to put that sound effect in. They could have just left it, like, silent. But no, instead we get smack. Well, for the love of the controller is doing my head in now. Go forward, you fucking ingrate. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I know it's not your fault. Why are there so many? Shit. Get off me, you freak. That, I think, is the most annoying attack in the game. That fucking grab attack. Hello, dead priesty man. Where are you? Are you up there, maybe? Nah. Alright, Silver. Catch you later, Ben. Have a good one. The building here? Get fucked. You can't eat me, I'm gonna eat you first. Oh. Ooh, new hideout. It's fun. Nice. Still no good handle parts. I really have to do all of this, like, one by one. Hey, let me just go to sleep on this blood-covered bed. I'm sure it's not gonna have any fucking diseases on it, you know? Big thirst. So squelchy and weird. Hey. Someone I missed apparently out there. Oh, 2 people. Look at all these people dying. How dare they? I mean, unless I actually eat them, they're never actually gonna fall into like hostile or anything like that. So it's fine.
I cannot enter.
He's mine! I'll take it!
You won't be taking fucking anything, sunshine.
Stop! Right now!
There we go. Supper time. Why did I talk about food? I'm hungry now. There's some steaks downstairs I could go and eat, I suppose. Yeah, this woman here. She thinks she's a vampire.
Good evening, Miss Harcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant.
She's not actually. Yeah, Cotard syndrome.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Again, there's several times when he's talking to people where Jonathan just sounds mocking. Like, I know. It's great.
I've never seen so many people dying at the same
time. Don't just sing it down to it. Yes, absolutely. I can definitely see that. Ow.
You're surprising. Occasionally, you make a good point. We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game.
Also, I love how the rookie is giving the chaplain shit. It's like, occasionally you have a good idea. Like, mate, he clearly outranks you.
Drag the poor wench across all these streets to let her expire and be found here. You're surprising. Stay back!
Am I fast or are you just really slow? Get munched. The Tails the Water Elemental, welcome back in, man. Been a while, how you doing? You should... There we go. Ew.
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire.
Just woke up. Oof.
Only a golden watch in her pockets.
I'll take the fucking what? She's not gonna need it. She's dead.
Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
This is Vampyr, or Vampyr. I always call it Vampyr because I'm stupid and different. You play a wartime doctor from the First World War who, upon returning to England, got attacked and became a vampire. The Spanish flu is spreading throughout London and is turning people into vampires, or monsters, because it's not actually the Spanish flu, it's a weird vampire flu. Because of course.
This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
I quite like this game though. Tell me what you know about Christopher Columbus. He was a dick. He was a dickhead who believed that the Earth was the shape of a pear, in fact. Because not only was he a dick, he was also stupid as fuck.
What was that?
That was a vampire, Jonathan. I think you would have
let you
known.
escape.
Given you are one. You pleb.
You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
Vamps v Vamps, yeah. There is some, like...
All been butchered.
Well, both. There's these Muppets here are the Guard of Priwen. They are vampire hunters. And very, like, zealotry about it. However, this is a vampire I'm currently chasing who killed an innocent person. And I don't know who it is, so...
I can still sense the presence.
And there are some, like, vampiric monster type things. They're mostly called Skulls, which is what you normally fight, which are, like, these, kind of like ghouls. Homeboy's goal, he's attempting to find a cure for the, like, weird plague that is affecting London. as he is a doctor.
Come to me.
Currently, we're investigating who this vampire is and why she's killed somebody. I know who it is, obviously, but it will be revealed to you guys. For fuck. My controller's acting up, which is why I keep going backwards sometimes.
God help, please. You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end
I need to bring it
myself.
back, so I'm probably going to die in the upcoming boss fight, but
horror.
yeah, this is my second time playing it.
We are
And go ahead, Tails, do tell.
A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go. She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself.
That is actually kind of funny, Teal's not gonna lie.
It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Assassin!
Also, I thought the cutscene would have been done by the time I got here, so interesting.
Kiss me again.
Yeah. Gross. Rude.
You've spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. What have you
We
done?
killed her.
Give me your blood, priest. Final thoughts are just to die for. Abomination.
She's our sister, and she was trying to find us when we came back from the war. But because Jonathan had just turned into a vampire, the hunger overtook him and he ended up killing her.
Come to me, Jonathan.
She's very easily parryable, I'm not gonna lie. She has nothing under her dress, she's just a pair of legs and then nothing until like the rest of her body starts.
You've killed me, brother. Rest in peace, monster.
It's kind of funny. Ow. That is less funny. I think you are capable of saving the priest. I feel kind of bad that I didn't, but oh well. Was he actually important enough to be like a focal figure? I think it's in the Whitechapel area. No, he's not actually on like the list of people, so...
What have you done?
That's true. The other priest is on the list is the only thing. And this guy was a vicar, he was a nicer guy.
Come to me, John. You kneel like a dog, just as you did. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Ow. Ow. Fuck's sake, I'm trying to harry her for the kill.
Rest in peace.
Which I really shouldn't, because this was gonna fucking kill me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, they do. There we go. Really? She's still alive?
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Sun, yes. Garlic, no. Mirrors, don't know. Needing to get invited, yes.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
There we go. I think we just completed chapter 1, maybe. Sorry, act 1. Yeah, the art style for those cutscenes is great. I love it. Prince renowned great agent the Guard of Previn has launched a great hunt in London, and for a few nights they have been actively searching and killing any echo they can locate. Cool. Yeah, excuse me. Fucking everyone's getting sicker and sicker. I should really start healing people, all things considered. Hey. Right. New dialogue with Swansea.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion, and with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Because she too is a simp.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
What news do you bring?
The news is not
Fair.
good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
Tell me more about the violence.
Jeffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Prewen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they are contagious for a shorter period.
Oof.
Thank you, Edgar. We shall speak again later.
Alright. I will speak to Lady Simp, and then I think I might call this one a little bit of a shorter one, but I'm getting really hungry. You know, most people actually only stream for like 4 hours. At like a maximum. It's to play the Twitch number game and stuff like that. And then there's me casually doing like 6, 7, 8, 12 hours. Now and again. Because I do not value myself and my health. I see a lot of streamers only do like what I would consider a pretty short stream, you know? I suppose a lot of other streamers actually have something to do with their life.
Hey, Doc.
Oh god, it's another fucking Wallace and Gromit.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand.
The shitty.
I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
If blood and violence is all you understand, I'm sure it won't be long before you meet them, Mr. Cox.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say.
Hmm.
Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
I mean, fair enough.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also
Yeah,
weaknesses.
he's a fucking doctor. Dickhead.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah, where'd the other guy go? Just fucked off. Fine then, I'm not healing you. Oh, Mirdan's back.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away, whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion.
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence.
I thought there was some venom on that last one, like.
I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
In those scenes where he's angry, he puts a lot of effort into it. It's good.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
The Preman guys being cunts, as it were. Why? Okay, why are you now fighting me? Asshole. Ow. Again, I love it. I just love the random vampire handgun.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Seems like there's fucking daylight coming through that door.
How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him, but I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I felt this power, radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Priwen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Of course it is.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
Will they fight the
Of course you show up when there's flute playing, Attila.
Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your...
I mean, this is true, Attila.
The most important rule is to...
The main reason, though, is because Redgrave, the guy who's, like, in charge of it, believes that he is...
nothing but impede my investigations.
Or, like, he tells everybody that he is descended from, like, one of the most, like, ancient vampire men, you know?
They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
Jonathan is an anomaly because he was sired by Mirden, who is essentially the second most ancient and powerful vampire ever. He is like one of the first. And he was he's not even like just like a descendant, he was directly sired by him. Something like that.
How powerful is his reach?
Which is why he's so powerful as
May
well.
be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson
Pretty
is
much, Tilla.
considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
Yeah, he was carefully selected.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite, but we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind, and they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Okay, Mirden isn't actually technically a vampire. Mirden is actually just made of, like, how he appears. He is blood. He is a direct descendant of the Blood Goddess, or the Red Queen, or whatever she's called in this. So essentially, she was the first vampiric entity, he was the second, and then Jonathan is essentially the third rank from the direct source as a result.
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old
I went and
British
checked.
vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter.
It is pretty interesting, I do like it.
Came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
So, and the thing is, like, the Red Queen is a god as well. Like, it's not just like a really powerful vampire. She is like a goddess.
Will the Guard
So it goes
and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
goddess, Mirden, Jonathan, in terms of like directed descendant of power.
I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Econ on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence.
I like a good combination of it, to be honest with you.
They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here.
I've always preferred werewolves. Werewolves are my favourite.
Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Weird they ever see a vampire with no hushed voice. I mean, yeah,
Please
a little bit.
forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
No, thank you. Inquiries.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
This is true, Winch. They are. It's always like over the top or incredibly quiet. You are right.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
I've always been on the side of grandiose dramatism, I'll be honest.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you...
That's true, Attila.
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really.
I like Dracula Untold.
We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Simp.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
He's a gentleman, MZ. He's not gonna do that. MZ is a sucker for cute romantic things.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club. It's locked.
Oh, fuck. Why'd you just go for me? I'm just watching. Fucking arsehole. Shit. I thought that would get him. The range on that attack is so deceptive. Yeah, mistimed. I mean, I could have also dodged out the way, you know? Let's let them deal with that. That was so loud in my ear. Be careful, Jonathan dies right outside our house. This is true. This game is Vampire or Vampyr. I always say Vampyr even though I know it's wrong. You play a doctor who was turned into a vampire. And you need to find a cure for the vampire plague that is affecting London. And various other shenanigans. What the fuck is that noise? You play a vampire that remembers he's actually a doctor. Yeah.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
I don't know what I just failed to witness, but sure.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
He does have a mate, I knew it. I get this eventually. I swear. There we go. One mistake, I've already made 3. Like that. Ow. What this fucking controller is doing my head in. Oh no, I forgot that one was there. Oh Jesus, I'm out. Fuck this. I don't want to cuddle.
The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Why are you out here preaching at nighttime? There's no one fucking here. Weirdo.
Good evening.
Not preaching, but...
God, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
This is you, yes, Emma.
Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Yeah, just casually eat my love interest daughter. Sure.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
In my first playthrough, Attila, I think I killed 4 people, but it wasn't any of the nice ones. It was all the arseholes, like fucking Edwina and shit like that. And as a result, I ended up getting a bad ending to the game. I forgot what she was asking me.
Yes, you should. I killed my own sister because of the hunger. There comes a time when a mortal is only seen as blood by a vampire, whatever the bonds between them.
You can't be Wait. Good one, Dr. Reed. You almost got me.
Glad you found it amusing. But do keep my warning in mind.
I will, Dr. Reed. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate it.
Once more, I am struck by the sheer magnitude of the snout that Reed has. Because goddamn, that's a big nose.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my
Progenitors.
mother's
Fuck
mansion,
off.
but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day,
He's a horse.
my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my
I'm
mother
sorry.
only showed up at
I'm
night.
sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Did this bitch
Though I suspected the truth
just
for a long
vampire splain to me? That's our word, wench. I'm really testing the Twitch goblin today. Oh god.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night?
Not you, Winchester. It's all good.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
Calm down,
For
Emma.
a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me
She dead.
tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid
It would be funny. She started to believe in vampires. I'm fairly certain Reed would just looked at her like, really, bitch?
Didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
No fucking promises.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
So you matchmaking your mother? No, her mother's already done that.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me.
Probably ate them.
If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
I'll see a lot of her before you. Alright, dickheads, it's me. Knock, knock. Time to meet the toffs. Not the good kind of toff either. Hello, Econs, it's me, your boy.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Is that the same voice actor?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs. Welcome
There
to
has
the
been quite a
Ascalon
battle
Club,
here.
then, Dr. Reed.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Oh yeah, I forgot, you can't actually open doors in this game. All these summons are ostracizes, yeah, I know. Ooh, key to the basement. Yes, please.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
What an asshole. Ball is like one fucking tense word away from the grave.
My good friends, if I may have your attention.
Fine, that's not the butler, that's the other guy.
Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good
Same, Attila.
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to
Good thing I didn't ask you then, frick.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End. But the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most
Pretty
useful
much,
of
Attila.
servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
It's of no concern of yours.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
I'm gonna fucking serve you, you prick.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
The way he pronounces British is in the manner of someone whose face is 3 times as flabby as his.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
William Marshall is, or was, one of the first vampires. Like, again, one of the very, very early ones. So in theory, that would make Redgrave also a very ancient vampire.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Or was he?
What?
We've not.
William.
No.
What? What does it mean?
It means that you.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
He's a bit more of an arsehole than Jonathan is.
I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I don't fucking care what you appreciate.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I'm not keeping the camera here, by the way. I can't move it.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
You bring out a pig's head, I'm walking out that fucking door.
It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
You
My
fucking
fellow
freak.
members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Wow, that was a crunch. That wasn't nice.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I do not want to be one of you. The fact that I already know the names of these three clearly means that they're not important.
This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke English.
You know, as if the symbolism wasn't obvious. Oh, what time is it? 11 o'clock. How long have I been going? I know. Let's face it though, there's not much of England to fucking ruin. Is it symbolism if they are ancient enough? Fair. Fair. Right. Oh. I'm gonna call it there. Ooh. And knock over an empty can of Tangle. Oh. I like wearing this hat. Not gonna lie. Ugh. Right. Let's see, is there anyone to raid or... Should wear more. Maybe. I might make it a redeemable. Something like that. Who's online? Skull. Moose. I could raid Ots, but there's no fucking point. Basically, no one online right now. If I could carry on for another hour or so, I could rush. I could raid Rush, but... But I'm tired. So, as a result, I'm just going to politely call it there. I do enjoy this game, and it gives me the excuse to wear my top hat, so I'm not going to complain about that either. Yeah. Thank you for watching, Emma. And thank you to everyone else who watches as well. As I always say, it means a lot that you Muppets keep coming back to see my face, so Yeah. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you all. Like, this, I know I've not been streaming as much recently because I've been tired or busy or whatever. Get up, yes. I would never say that to you. Fucking jaws. I have a habit of like clenching my jaw, it's getting sore. Either way, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and keep being beautiful people. I'm sure you will.